Let's get it.
All right. Yo. Welcome to Friend of the Foe. It's Jordan, and I got my cup of Joe. Yes, right now, we have Teddy Payne.
T-Pain, what's up? What up with y'all? What up?
Hey.
And then we have Adrian Vertreese.
What's good, y'all?
Boy,
right, we're gonna get into the hot topics in NFL. We'll be talking about some of the games last night in the NBA, and we also got March Madness. Also, I'm not subjected to just one sport or two sports. You know, we're gonna start talking about a little bit of baseball too. Some big news that needs to be talked about in baseball. I'm not too big in baseball, but sometimes big things popping, you got to start talking about it.
And Yanks.
Baseball, thank you. All my teams is not doing what they supposed to do.
Boy, we are fucking up.
General, niggas ain't execute. But go ahead, Jay.
So we're gonna start out with big NFL news that's going on. Yesterday, tight end Austin Hooper is now a free agent. I got this as big news just because he is now the top tight end in the market, and he will definitely be getting paid a lot of money.
Who need him
right now?
Unless you want to take a paycheck to come to them D-boys, we can always use a second.
That's an interesting take because I can consider him being one of the players to take a pay cut to prove himself, maybe for a year, and then get a huge payday. But I think everybody realizes that he played for the Browns and that he really should have been one of the best tight ends anyway, and he already had one other big payday.
Well, they have Harrison Bryant. So Harrison Bryant, rookie,
he's an up and coming.
Yeah, he went off. I
believe he will be the next tight end out there. But Njoku also got franchise tag, so that would probably be their number one.
Shout out Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin got 3 years, $60 million.
Yeah,
man. Hey, yo, that's what you do it for. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Came from the bottom.
Only team that's interested in Jimmy Garoppolo are the Colts, and the Colts only.
We don't want them.
Being reported, but the Colts are also considering Baker Mayfield if it does fall apart. And we'll talk about it later that why it really is going to fall apart with Baker Mayfield.
Go ahead. You know what? Yeah, keep going on top. Before I get off.
Yeah, I just hope that we don't go with him just because, like, I'm not trying to. First off, I'm not trying to deal with his poor decision making. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got.
Drizzy, we're gonna have a full. I think he gonna go. That's gonna be a whole section. Okay. We're gonna go back to that. Yeah. We're gonna go back to that because I like you. I got some stuff to say about that.
I have so it's looking like the top two teams are the Saints and the Falcons for Deshaun Watson. He's making that known that it is probably his two top choices. He does plan to not rush this from his team. That's what they've said, that he doesn't plan on rushing it. But with that being said, we could possibly get a decision today or by the end of the weekend. But everybody's ready to rush this story and be the first to tell where he goes. I just think it's important that he takes his time and make this decision wisely. And we will discuss later why he should take his time and make this decision wisely as well.
Hey, man, he getting Destiny Child treatment. He getting catered to. You got
he deserves it though, for real.
And don't forget, he's the lead singer.
Exactly.
He's Michael Jackson now.
Big news: Von Miller signs 120 million with the Bills, and Chandler Jones signs with the Raiders 52.5 million. That makes Von Miller.
I just need to make it clear to the audience: I am not signing because they made money. Black man, make your money. I am signed. My Cowboys did not get an edge rusher that was elite. So
I actually have a very interesting take about the Cowboys. And
we got one more chance with Bobby Wagner.
That's what I was just about to say, OG.
I have a very interesting take about the Cowboys and why you should be disgusted in your team. But Von Miller is the first defensive player to sign 2 contracts worth $100 million. That's big ups, which we will be talking about later. Is Bobby Wagner? Is Von Miller really the GOAT in the NFL on defense? Because he's been doing it, and he has 2 Super Bowls.
Is he the GOAT? I wouldn't say he's the GOAT, bruh. Nobody can't tell me AD's not the GOAT. But when it comes to the business, what Jigga say? I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Like the brand of Von Miller is you do what you do when you pop. You do what you want when you're popping. That's what Future said. Do what you want when you popping. Hey, Von Miller's popping, man. He's really popping right now.
All right. So Adrian, I know you got a little fired up from the NFL big news. What stood out to you?
I mean, man, like, all right, so I mean, I guess if we talking coach wise, I don't think they did real good with none of the trades. I think they moved too fast. I think now they're in a position where their backs is against the wall because now they got to sit here and like force themselves to pick somebody at this point for a quarterback. I mean, to have Mayfield back there, I don't think he would complement our offense as much because I don't see him performing the whole 4 quarters. And then for one, I don't see us winning no more than 10 games with him, just for some reason. I mean, you can add in stats-wise with interceptions, add like fumbles, sacks. Like, granted, he might not get sacked as much because our line is a little better than what they had, but
you just not happy. That's like, what you sound like.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. I'm not, bro.
Get instead, my guy.
You have every reason to be upset. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every single reason to be upset.
Hey, y'all want Cooper Rush? Y'all can put a trade. My trade y'all Cooper Rush.
What's I wouldn't mind getting what's his boy's name? Jalen Love.
Or you might even want to go ahead and
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
You might want to go ahead and just call Phillip Rivers back up and see if he wants to play again, man. Because that's the way it sounds like.
At this point, and you know what's crazy? He was still throwing like 300 points, 300-yard games and stuff while he was playing with us.
Better than the quarterbacks playing that we talking about. Better than they. Right. Man's Ducks was better than his Spiral.
Phillip Rivers could be considered a Hall of Famer. What was
Yes. Hey, he's
got
the stats.
We all know, bro. We all know.
He's in
the boys league, bro. He already in the boys league. He's in their favoritism anyway. He did enough. He did enough on their standards to make it. He's in there, bro. He's in there.
It could be argued though that Baker Mayfield might have that spunk that Phillip Rivers had to become.
I actually want to see Baker in another offense. Maybe he'll bring back that swagger that everybody loved. I've never been a fan of Baker personally. I didn't like him at Oklahoma. I talk trash myself, but I just feel like you gotta have some. What threw me off for Baker, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but this stays in my head. This man was talking trash to Kansas in football. Kansas in football. Nobody cares about Kansas, and you over here talking like you playing the old school U or Bama or something. I'm like, bro, who are you talking to? And just the way he carried himself in that situation,
right?
Yeah, it was just. I'm like, this is y'all trying to say he's the personification of class, and this is extremely classist. Because let that be one of us doing something like that,
Oh yeah,
I agree. But you call it.
They already won't let our boy Cat back in the league. So I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to me. Like Baker gets all. He used to get all this credit. Now, in the words of the great Malcolm, chickens come home to roost because they ain't messing.
Classless, but I think I like a quarterback who's fiery. You give me that fiery quarterback, and let's see what he does.
But see, here's the thing though. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they sit here and waited to trade Carson Wentz and then got somebody that was like okay or decent around that, you know what I'm saying, same standard or whatever. But the fact that they went out of their way and traded him way earlier than even having a prospect of or a thought about to even get Deshaun Watson or anybody else, and y'all still fumbled the ball.
I think he just had the hot seat, and he had to get rid of Carson Wentz at this point.
Hey, this is what happened when your owner's sipping on that yak, chilling in the pit.
He's I tell you all personally in our group chat how I really feel about the Colts owner and their GM. I just want to say it on this platform at this moment. What was some big
talk about JJ all day, but JJ, at least he's like getting active with it. But lately, he been letting Steven go him, and I think he's probably not a little happy with Steven right now when they blew up that Randy, because that Randy that was easy. Randy loved the Cowboys. I mean, they was the only team to give him a chance, and they blew that. They blew it.
What about big news that you were interested in the NFL, Tevin? What's something that stood out to you?
Let's see. Let me well, other than I got a song real quick on how I feel about the NFL right now. Well, I'm gonna tell you after this. R.I.P. Young Dolph, man.
No, that's my guy.
Get paid.
Cause that's what's going on in the NFL right now, real talk. But as far
everybody
as
getting paid,
man, this stuff crazy. As far as NFL, man, I'm really happy for Godwin. Like, I don't think a lot of people was paying attention to Godwin. Cause me personally, I watch Hard Knocks. I'm a big fan of Jabbo, regardless if people hate him or not. I'm a big fan of Jabbo, man. He was a misguided youth, but he's got the talent. I just think he's got to buckle down. Like, you see it in his preparation. Like, regardless, you know, he makes mistakes, and we know that, but he works hard too. And I don't think he gets enough credit. But I was watching the Bucks when they was on the come up. And I seen Chris Godwin. I was just like, man, something special about that dude. They got him around some talent, and he's elite. Like he's elite. He's one of those. You know, we used to have the Wes Welkers, the Julian Edelmans, where he was, you know, ecstatic or excited about how good possession receiver. Now you got the Chris Godwins. You got the shout out to Cooper Kupp. You know, Super Bowl MVP. They're taking that possession receiver and they've transformed it. Now the possession receiver is more athletic.
Hey, Kevin, talk about that though. Like, when you say possession receivers and you consider Chris Godwin a possession receiver, talk about what made him really evolve that position. Because when you think of Julian Edelman and then you say Chris Godwin's a possession receiver, you don't see the similarities. But in your point, which is very respectable, Chris Godwin is a possession receiver. And explain that.
You know, I think when you see and you know, we'll just be a little specific here. We're gonna be specific. When you see a 6'3", 6'2" black man, you're not thinking possession. Most people ain't. They're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be athletic. And don't get it twisted. He is athletic, but he's more so dependent on his skills at receiver, running routes, you know, his hands. They can put Chris Godwin anywhere on the field. They can put him in X, they can put him in Y, Z, you know, V, whatever they want to call that position in their offense. He can go to every single wide receiver spot. And maybe not the backfield, but he can go to every wide receiver spot, and he does work. And that's where I had to get in a lot of arguments I'm gonna get off a little topic here, but I'm gonna finish with Chris Godwin. That's why I believe he's a possession receiver, because he does possession receiver things. Because when you think of possession, deep threat, the difference is a deep threat. You know, you're usually looking for them to, you know, throw it deep. Like they're gonna go down there and you want them to do their best impersonation of Moss. And Moss, of course, we know that's a GOAT. He's different. Moss was still playing elite even when his athleticism started to decline because he was just built differently. But possession is going in the slot. Like, not everybody can go in the slot. You know, you got your outliers, but let me think of somebody. Let's think of somebody put in a slot. I mean, you could put Julio in the slot, but I don't feel like Julio excels personally when you put him in the slot. Whereas if I put Devontae Adams in the slot, it's different. And I think that's just the wide receiver position though. It's changed. And like just to end that, that's why I really like Cooper Kupp, bro. Like, because especially y'all probably know in our community, a lot of people wasn't trying to give Cooper Kupp his just due. Like they was treating him like Eminem, bro. Like, you can't be the best. You can't be the, and it's like, bro, look at the film. Like, my God, this dude is more athletic than some of the people we like.
I don't think he's been shut down at all this year.
That man's an all around, bro. He earned his keep this year. I don't care what nobody said. Super Bowl MVP. He's pretty much solidified. Like, as long as he's got to have like 2 or 3 more good years, he's in the Hall of Fame.
And I'm really glad you mentioned that you're getting a lot of arguments about these receivers like Cooper Kupp and Chris Godwin, because it is very true. Hey, stop that. I don't know what's going on with him. I understand why you get in arguments about that, because it really does. Hold on 1 second.
No, you're all good.
Hey, stop.
Well, even like
That window.
So you got Godwin that sit here and does them like slot plays and stuff like that. But even like with, like you saying, Cooper Kupp, man, when they sit here and make them plays designed just for a wide receiver to kick out from the backfield and stuff like that, and actually cut across in the middle and shit like that, bro. Like, them are the go-to guys. Like, them are the people that Tom Brady wants because they quick, they're easy, or not easy, but you know what I'm saying? They're gonna move you up the field, not as much as you want to, but they gonna get you where you need to be, to where it ends up turning into a big play eventually.
Bro, and the Bucks are so blessed because shout out to Mike E, bro. Mike E is probably one of the most humblest big time receivers out there. People don't talk about Mike E enough because Mike E, he will have games where he don't get no reception, but people don't understand he's getting doubled, sometimes maybe even tripled, because he gets so much attention because he's 6'5", and he can run that rock and he can get to that rock, that jump ball. So sometimes he draws a lot of attention. And that's why they're blessed. Because if he's drawing our attention, you giving my man Godwin over here light work. Not to mention they got Gronk in the middle. And then, when they had AB, it was just ridiculous. That was just unfair. But the Tyler Johnsons of the world, the Scotty Millers of the world, even the OJ Howard, sometimes more or less, but really more the Cameron Brates, they get to eat off their plate because Mikey's getting all the attention. Godwin's doing work. You don't know where, and it's Brady, bro. You don't know where he's going to go. You don't know what he's thinking. Yeah, they have some bad games, but that's why they top dog, because that's too much, bro. That's too much to deal with. Like, you gotta have that elite, no fly zone type of Broncos defense to deal with something like that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
people don't got that.
I would say that at least Broncos is actually putting in like a solid team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they get back to it. I was quoting they 2015 Super Bowl championship. That defense was ridiculous, but they getting back to it. They definitely getting back to it. Right, I mean, they just stole our edge rushers, so
let's go ahead.
I was about to say too.
Let's go ahead and
What'd you say, Jay?
Some other news around the sports community. So anybody baseball fans in here?
You got 2 Yankee fans right here.
2 Yankees.
I don't just wear this for the culture. I live by it too.
It might be time to change cultures because that's what the MLB has done just now. Freddie Freeman.
Yep, I knew you was going there.
162 million. If you are not a baseball fan, the Dodgers are making big moves. Now the Dodgers have 4 league MVPs on their team. Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, Freeman, and Cody Bellinger. That's crazy.
Hey, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like Yankee ball to me. That sounds like Yankee ball to me. We've been doing that.
The Yankees did do it first. But best believe you should go get you some Yankee and Dodger gear. If you are not a baseball fan, those are the teams to probably watch right now. Still got a lot of good teams. You do still have the Astros. You still do have the Tampa Bay Rays. There are good teams.
Reds ain't doing too bad though.
There's still
you said
a
who?
lot of good teams, but it's just
they just traded a bunch of people away. You gotta get hip to that.
Maybe
I don't know who it is per se, because I'm getting better. We're gonna get better on following our baseball. But my homie Bobby told me he's a big Red fan. He's a big baseball fan. I mean, he played baseball. It's in his heart. It's in his soul. He be smacking me on MLB show. I'm gonna shout you out, Bobby, but you know, I'm competitive, so I'm gonna have to beat you in something, probably Madden or something. But Reds, I know they've been trading a lot, but shout out to Freddie Freeman, man. I actually, somebody on my timeline, big Atlanta fan, he was hurt. He didn't appreciate that the Dodgers can just go throw that type of bread around. He said it's unfair, but I mean, that's baseball. That's personally why I love baseball. No cap.
Everything is going on right now for.
They were saying no cap before it got popping in the United States. No cap.
Steph Curry got injured last night, hurt his foot against the Celtics. I really do think that was a pretty dirty play. If you ask me, it wasn't a really good play at all. But he got hurt and will have an MRI just to kind of see how serious it is. If you all,
I disagree with you.
If you're not paying attention to basketball as much, playoffs is in mid-April. He could potentially miss the first round of the playoffs.
True.
Go ahead. Why don't you agree?
It's crucial to know who they play. What'd you say?
Why don't you agree that it was a dirty play?
I know it's gonna get called a dirty play, and Marcus is gonna get a lot of hate. Marcus is already one of the more hated players in the NBA. But I mean, even Draymond said it. He's hustling, bro. He's trying to make a play. That's traditional basketball, bro. Like it's not always fun to see, especially when your loved ones, aka your Currys, LeBrons, they get injured in the process. But that's basketball, bro. He was hustling. He was doing his job. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate Curry got hurt. But you said he got his foot hurt, right?
Point. You gotta pick your battles though sometimes.
Yeah. You said he got his foot hurt, right?
The battle he chose, he hurt his foot.
Yeah.
Curry's got a history of lower body injuries.
They're saying he rolled on top of his foot, and they're saying it's a top foot sprain. That's ugly. You can't push off with a lot of power, but he did jog off. So if he really wanted to play, he could, but it's risking a whole lot.
Nah, you don't risk that. At this point, they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
As long as he iced his stuff, I think he would be straight. Just because, like, I mean, like I've had one of them too before. Like that shit ain't no joke. Don't get me wrong, but give him about 2 weeks, ice it, heat pad, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, and then
he don't gotta rush.
Start wrapping it. Yeah, he'd be all right.
Guess what?
I think he'll make the playoffs.
The Dubs have gone back to old traditional. Well, we don't even say traditional because it wasn't that long. But the Dubs went back to their 15 bag. Which shout out to KD because KD's a monster. We all know that. But I like the Warriors better before KD got there because they were so deep. Their bag was so deep they could go to so many places. That's where they at now, bro. They got Gary Payton II. They got Damian Lee. Damian Lee. If I said his name wrong, sorry.
Don't forget, but
who else
Klay
they got?
Thompson is coming off the bench.
What's the other guard they got? Jordan, Poole. Bro, 3 guards right there that can go in the Curry spot. And of course, nobody replaces Curry.
Moody's still out as well right now. Young star Jonathan Kuminga. They still have James Wiseman working in the G League.
Come on, man! Like they bag is too deep, bro. They gonna win some games. They might lose against some rivals or key playoff opponent, but they just got to make the playoffs and be healthy, and it don't matter what seed they at.
Yeah.
And then my Lakers could have got it together. That's where we was at. But even if we get AD back now, bro, it don't matter. The chemistry, everything's dead there. Like Vogel, got love for you, Vogel. 2020 champ. I don't care what they say. Bubble champ, say whatever you want. We won the championship. But Vogel, it's sayonara, man. I honestly, and I'm sorry, but Vogel to me was never the permanent coach. When they brought in Jay Kidd, I was like, y'all over here undermining his authority. Like you got Jay Kidd as an assistant to Vogel.
And that's who LeBron really wanted.
Exactly. And that's who should be our coach. Instead, now he's back at his home, Dallas. Man, it's crap. But shout out to Vogel.
We got March Madness coming on. Something interesting happened last night. Notre Dame and Rutgers game went into double overtime. Fighting Irish did pull out that victory, but was even more interesting about that win. At 12:02, the last shot that Notre Dame put in was on St. Patty's Day. The Irish.
Look at the Irish, my friend.
Look at the Irish. March Madness has started now. Let's just say that, because that was March Madness-esque game. I don't care for Notre Dame because they used to bust us all the time, bust the cards all the time. So I really can't care too much, but that's actually pretty dope, though. It's a great storyline.
You know what's crazy though?
But
they've actually sitting here. Rutgers actually done like at least 4 or 5 teams like that this year, like on buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
And the fact that they get kicked out is crazy.
Rutgers has never won 2 March Madness games in back-to-back seasons. So shout out to Rutgers. Good season. You're going home. It's okay. We all do.
I got my games to watch today, fellas. I got a few. St. Mary's, Indiana.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm gonna catch some flack from JB, even though I said Arkansas, Vermont, Arkansas is a game to watch because something about that 4-13 matchup. It's always a little scary, in my opinion. Vermont, Arkansas, Murray State, and San Fran, and your team, UCLA and Akron. Because again, that 4-13, that can get a little scary. But just keep an eye out.
Game gonna be good too.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that UCLA Akron.
Adrian, what games do you have to watch today for March Madness?
Yeah, right now I got. Off the top of my head, I got UCLA, Indiana. I want to watch. I kind of want to keep an eye on that Miami game too, because Miami might sit here and surprise a lot of people.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That is a game to watch.
Okay. Yeah. Who else? Y'all, Kentucky plays.
Yeah, we play today.
Right?
We play today. I didn't say game to watch because you know it's them blue boys. We're gonna win, so I didn't say.
I just wanted to see how y'all wanted to play, how y'all playing or whatever.
They're gonna probably start out. They're probably gonna start out slow, and by the end of the first half, they're gonna run away.
Yeah, I was just trying to see how they wanted to come out or whatever.
Big O.
To see if I wanted to push y'all all the way through.
I got the game to watch today. I'm not gonna lie, you gotta watch Michigan versus Colorado State. That's the only team. Michigan is really gonna play like March Madness, and they're gonna
they got to.
they're probably gonna punch somebody today.
Is he back? Is he back? Long's back, right?
I believe so. I think he was only suspended for like 4 games or something.
Yeah,
right?
the rest of the regular season, and then I think maybe a Big 10 tournament. Yeah.
I have the team to watch. Watch Memphis because they're exciting. Whether they win or lose, Memphis is exciting to watch. They gonna dog it out. And then
I love Penny. They just the injuries, the youth, COVID.
Man.
It's
his
just
press conference is pretty dope too. I have upset alert. Please watch South Dakota State. South Dakota State gets out there. If they pass today, they may make a nice little run for the rest of the March Madness and maybe get into the Sweet 16, Elite 8, and I don't know. Sky's the limit.
I forgot another game too. North Carolina, Marquette.
I like that game. I like that game. They're pretty evenly matched though.
Yeah.
It definitely could go both ways. I do still feel like North Carolina has all the advantage to run away.
Oh, of course. But you know what I'm saying? To have a tight game, something good to watch and stuff, because I don't like blowouts, bro. I actually like to see an actual good fight, a dog fight out of everybody. So if I can, I'm gonna definitely sit here and watch that.
Switching gears a little bit, let's go back to the NBA. I don't know if y'all have been following this team because it's such a low market team. We don't really get to talk about them that much. And that's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ever since the All-Star break, they are 9-2. Our boy Cat, UK alum, is averaging just a little under 25 points a game, shooting over 50%, and is averaging a little under 10 rebounds a game. And he is literally the best big man shooter in the league. He has won a 3-point contest, and he is definitely the backbone of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So is it fair to put him in the MVP race? Tevin.
I say it's fair. He's playing a lot better. And it's not really like statistically like he's playing better because honestly the numbers have been there. Honestly, this ain't even his career high season. 2019, 2020, he put up better numbers. 2016, 2017, he was averaging like 12 rebounds. So, you know, numbers is not the issue with Cat. Cat's going to get his numbers because he's a walking bucket. Like, he's built for this. You know, coming into the league, I thought he could be the next fundamental. He hasn't proven that to me yet. I think he can get there. It's just going to take his trials and tribulations is helping him get there, like losing all his family members, you know, RP and our condolences to his family. He lost a lot last year, you know, during this pandemic, which is still going on, by the way. People think it is. He's still out here getting COVID. So pandemic's still going on. But, yeah, he lost a lot, man, and I just think he just changed his mentality. I also think having that boy AE, Anthony Edwards on his team, AE, he just got a different swagger about him. And I don't know how much y'all keep up with him, but I watch a lot of, you know, Bleacher and basketball news, and AE be in his ear a lot. He be like, hey, man, like, you that dude. You need to play like that. You can't be playing timid. He's like, you got the last shot. Don't pass that shit. Take that shot. Because that's how AE plays, bro. AE can go 1 for 9 and he still shoot.
We can say that Anthony Edwards really has that Jimmy Butler type of factor. Mm-hmm. He plays like him. He has that dog in him like him, but he's not bringing the whole team down, telling everybody is weak. But also another thing about the team, I mean, the team is so good with D'Angelo Russell and his cockiness. You got Cat. Oh man, the thing is what you said. It's not about the stats. It really is the eye test too. Like when you watch them, when he dunks on, he hits a three. We all celebrate. We all are running up and down the court. We're all holding our nose, telling the Lakers stink. Like,
just... and that listen, you got that in. Fuck you. But honestly, you got to give Pat Bev some credit too. Pat Bev brings, I think he brings that talk your shit out of them too. Cause like sometimes Karl's very, Karl, when you really get to know him and you hear him talk in interviews or even when he's doing Twitch and stuff, Karl really be talking shit.
And
he comes off as he comes off as humble and quiet. But I think, Pat Bev being the vet he is and the way he plays the game, he's bringing that dog at him because they was talking shit. It wasn't just Pat Bev. It was like the whole team. They was really talking. I'm like, oh, so y'all them dudes now. Okay. Y'all had this year. Y'all had this year. Remember how y'all treated Laker Nation though. Because we never forget. We like Lannisters over here.
Adrian?
See, my thing, okay, so if we talking about Anthony or whatever, so I think he just gets overshadowed because of the team that he's on. They don't get a lot of publicity. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Kevin said, like stats is not an issue with him because he can perform, if not even better than this year. So, you know what I'm saying? Like he could be possibly in the running of MVP, but I don't think he should win it just because I've seen him do better. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's expected of him to sit here and get the double-doubles because of the size.
25 and 10 is 25 and 10 is minimum for him at this point.
Yeah, so
that's
you
what
know
he's averaging in his career.
Yeah.
So
when you think
just
about
like
what Jerry West said, Jerry West said it best one time. The MVP is really just a consolation award. And it doesn't mean anything without that championship. I don't see the Timberwolves getting a championship, but the way Karl Anthony-Towns is playing, he definitely deserves to be.
Hey, they can though. With that core, if they can get that mentality, if everybody can play with a mentality like AE, the sky's the limit. AE and Pat Bev thinks he's the best point guard in the world. We all know that ain't true.
No.
But
can I throw in my
as long as he thinks he is?
Quick?
Go ahead.
Because I think really, I mean, if we really want to talk Karl Anthony, if 20, 23, 20, you know what I'm saying, something.
Yeah, he's averaging 29. I just looked it up.
Yeah, so that's good. Then I really think DeAndre Ayton is a little bit better. To be honest with you, he's younger too.
I would say DeAndre Ayton performs better in his role because not as much is expected of Ayton as it is Karl. Karl's expected to play like 30-15, honestly. Yeah, they want Karl to be 30-15 for real.
So are you saying DeAndre Ayton should be in the MVP race?
I think he should come up to it. Like I'm not saying he should be in it, but I think because I don't think.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I've been giving you a lot of Phoenix credit, but I ain't gonna
I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds,
Karl Anthony should be in the MVP race too much because I feel like I said, it's already expected of him. He's already done better.
Who's leading y'all team? Who's the leader of Phoenix? Which shout out to y'all. Y'all already made the playoffs. Damn.
D Brook.
Okay, then. So let's not talk about any DeAndre Ayton anymore.
Hey man, but it can also go. Well, yeah, you right. But I mean, still, that's a difference, bro. You can't really, you really can't say that too much because it's a big ass difference when it comes to like when we doing our pick and rolls or shit like that. He's liable to just get 2 points.
But check this though, Drizzy, because you and Adrian, y'all go back and I say you and Adrian, like you ain't Adrian. You and JB, y'all will go back and forth. And y'all be at each other's neck. I'm gonna just put this out here. So Ayton's he's shooting 64. Love it. He's shooting 33% from the three. That's actually decent for a big man. Taking No, I ain't even gonna say it's decent. He's taking 0.3 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Point,
that's
point
not
3 shots.
0.3 shots
Okay, yeah.
a game from 3. Yeah, that ain't it. That's
He's not
that's
doing
a
anything.
low
But if
stat.
you see,
He's
if you
literally
see
under
his
the
shot
basket every play.
selection,
Yeah, his free throw is 73.
but that's what I said. He's playing
He's
his role.
averaging 9.9 rebound. Blocks is less than 1, and his PER is about 20. I think it's 22. I want to say his PER was 22. 22.5. So PER wise, he actually, as far as y'all starters, he has the best PER on y'all team.
Yeah, but
now
he just wanted to get me hot though, because that's just ridiculous to even say something like that.
Well,
like,
I had to say it because
but
they kind of.
If you
want to split stats,
if you take Cat, we weren't talking. I wanted to say the stats just to show his impact. But if you take Cat off the Timberwolves, you don't have the Timberwolves. You take Ayton off of the Suns, you more than likely are going to survive.
Hey, JaVale McGee does some work.
Nah, I don't know, man.
G Mac does some work. I'm mad y'all low key got him.
Okay, listen,
we need him right now.
Listen. I have no hard feelings. You talking about who are you talking about?
I said JaVale McGee does work. So
McGee,
that goes into your argument. JaVale McGee can produce. They don't have a center. I mean, they got Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's nice, but when it comes to scoring, he's not. He gonna get you your boards all day.
And
that's what he
not
do.
only that, Adrian,
Vanderbilt get you 20 boards, but he might get you 5 points.
Not only that, Adrian, if you look at the Suns, you low key can say after Derrick Brooks, Miles Bridges is the second best player on your team.
I mean, I
would say
fucking,
DeAndre,
Chris Paul still out there, bro.
Yeah, well, first of all, let's put this. Chris Paul is a God tier when it comes to basketball. So he don't even count on this list that we talking about.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Bridges
Let me say most valuable. If you want to talk about, I want to say most valuable. Miles Bridges
Chris Paul
is the second most valuable player on the team.
Nah, bro, you sleeping on Ayton. Ayton is really that.
I'm sorry,
he's
man.
after Booker.
I'm sorry, man.
Sit here and started our whole
bro, you say
deal again, bro.
Hey,
you gotta sit here and realize, bro. We based off 2005. The Suns sit here and based their whole plays, the offensive plays on pick and rolls from Nash to Stoudemire. So the fact that we able to sit here and bring that back to where you got as an option to sit here and have as a side play, but still have Bridges sit here shooting threes or taking it to the bucket or whatever, bro. We got weapons. Ayton is a plus because we finally got somebody down low that actually knows what his role is and that is holding it down, and he's young.
Let me remind Jordan real quick. Ayton was eating Jokic's lunch. He kept that man in check.
He did.
He kept the MVP in check.
I'm just hating on him. I can't even lie to you.
Yeah.
I just like any chance I can have a chance to talk bad about Adrian's team, I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna let
the Suns messed up last year is they really, I don't know what Monty was thinking, but Monty went full Monty thinking that Ayton was gonna check that man, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He thought he was gonna check that man. As soon as he started getting devoured, he needed to be like double.
Which we soon learned that nobody can check Antetokounmpo unless he wants you to check him. That's just how it goes. Nobody checks him except himself.
I mean, NBA 75. He's NBA 75. So
crazy. But let's go to NFL edge rushers. Man, they have had a major payday this year, whether in free agency or being re-signed. And I'm talking about bags. They walking out Louis stores, Coach stores. They getting Birkins.
I'm gonna tell y'all, Randy Gregory earned that contract too. Yeah. Oh. As a Cowboy fan, I've seen Randy Gregory when he's sober and good. Randy Gregory, he's legit. That's why that hurts that he's gone.
Other than quarterback, would you say the edge rusher is the second most important position on the team?
I'd make that argument. I mean, because you got quarterbacks are most important, right? You got these young quarterbacks that are mobile and get out the pocket. You need to contain them. Now I know this is a video game, but one thing I love about Madden, and part of the reason I always like to play with the Bucks, is because I got two great edge rushers. Or you call them good, I call them great. JPP is a great, regardless if he's falling off. If you want to say that, JPP is great when it comes to edge rushing, and so is Shaq Barrett. So I love it when I go against your Patrick Mahomes or your Kyler Murray, because people, they get in that mentality. Oh, I'm gonna just be crazy like Patrick and run out the pocket, roll out the pocket, and go. But I'm doing contain every time because I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna try to run out the pocket, and I'm gonna make you stay in the pocket. And that's what it's come to in real life. You gotta contain. You can't let them go crazy, because if you let a Patrick Mahomes get out the pocket, that's when you're gonna lose. Make him stay in the pocket. Make him feel uncomfortable, and trust you. You know, you got to rely on your DBs. If you can't do that, you're gonna lose, obviously. But if you have a good team and you got solid DBs, you need some elite edge rushers. Look at the Steelers, for example. The Steelers, none of us like them. You know, we know whose team that is. But the Steelers stay relevant because they got arguably the best edge rusher in the league. Arguably.
Now, all right. So I guess if we talking edge rusher, are we talking it could possibly play linebacker too?
Well, yes, edge rusher can be outside linebacker.
Well, I know the cop. I just knew that we was all like talking about somebody specific like before, so like that's why I wanted to make sure.
Like Micah Parsons is a middle linebacker, but he's an elite edge rusher already.
You want to talk about edge rushers as getting to the quarterback, not rushing the quarterback off the edge of the defensive line, just coming right off.
No. I was just trying to make sure we was talking about all of them, so before I get my little points in too. Because I definitely agree with y'all there if that's the case. Because, I mean, they the backbone of the team, bro. Like, on the defense-wise anyways, mainly. Because that's what, first off, you got them playing the rush and the pass, too.
Exactly. You know there we go. Talk that.
So the fact that you playing the rush and the pass, you got to be more focused than anybody. Because you watching the quarterback over top of already these 6'3", 300-pound dudes. You know what I'm saying? And then still got to sit here and find out if it's a run, if they come up the gut. And you got to be fast enough to sit here and attack that hole so quick, you know what I'm saying, more faster than the damn linemen can, for real. Because you got to get past them to get over there. You know what I'm saying? You taking them extra 3 steps to get through to them and then sit here and get to the quarterback or the pass rusher or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I definitely agree with y'all on that.
And with everything, to add in what Adrian said, all that is big facts. And, you know, I know I'm a Cowboys fan, but he's just the easiest example to use right now. Micah Parsons, bro. He's going to get a monster contract. It's time to sign. And I'm going to tell you why. My man is playing the edge. He's playing middle linebacker. He's basically the captain of the defense as a rookie already. And there's plenty of times where he's damn near a DB out there where we seen him. And you know what was funny? If y'all go back and watch that Hard Knocks, he was talking crazy to Amari, like, I'll check you. A rookie, I almost called him a freshman, but that's basically what you are in the NFL. A rookie is going to our number one receiver, like, check up. That's a different mentality, bro. Like,
I mean, even with the coach,
they're just gonna be quiet. And he's not a DB.
Even with the coach.
And he's not a
Leonard.
DB. Yes, Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard sitting here is captain of the defense, bro. He's holding it down. He's performing way over what he should. Like, bro, he's a monster of the
Levante David is another one. Levante David,
another one too.
Devin Bush, Devin White.
I just think,
I
those
love that.
Them
people
white
consider
knights,
them as more as inside linebackers. But one thing that I really love to watch about edge rushers is the versatility and the different style of edge rushers. You know, with my Titans, you have Harold Landry, who definitely rushes off the on third downs, but it's so funny when you see him take a step back and now he's in the cover 2 linebacker position and is guarding your tight ends coming across the field. And that's like poetry in motion. When you
TJ Watt and Von Miller both do.
It really is one of the most exciting things when TJ Watt gets an interception. Because it's just you're looking at the dude, and then he bread baskets the ball. He's bread carrying the ball right now. Like he's just running down and he's scoring. Like it's one of the best things you ever see in NFL on the defensive side. Like besides a pick 6 by a corner, safety running
a pick 6 by a D tackle. That's gonna make me go.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Boy.
They are nasty.
You get that big boy running down that field trying to hit that 4-6.
The only person where I'm gonna be like, I'm not shocked is if it's AD, because AD, like we said yesterday, that boy sculpted by the Greek gods. He's different.
Let me go ahead and get into some of the whack things that I've seen around sports. And this is called the 10 Wack Commandments. Okay, so rule number 1, you never let no one know how much dough you hold. Am I right? In this case, Brooklyn, stop telling us Ben Simmons is okay. Please stop telling us Ben Simmons is fine. How about you give us a real timetable and tell us when he's going to come back? Just don't say, oh, yeah, he may come back before the playoffs. That's what we hope. And we want to see him in the play. But tell us, let us know when he's going to come back.
But listen, I'm going to stop you right there. You just said never tell people how much dough you hold. That's what they doing. Now, unfortunately, we see your shirt. Unfortunately, you feel obligated to know this dough because you're a part of this.
You're right.
But brother, you are not in the front office, brother. They don't got to tell you.
Hey, we need to be in front of the office.
Hey, again, that's whack. Number 2, never let them know your next move. But in this case, the Browns might have told Baker Mayfield they was going for Deshaun Watson. Because now you potentially out of the Deshaun Watson race, and you still stuck with Baker Mayfield's fragile ego.
Hey, breaking news. I don't know if y'all knew this, but a report from Chris Mortensen on Browns' future QB. It said the Browns want an adult at the position.
I did hear that. I didn't really want to talk about that because the Browns are childish themselves. The Browns is childish themselves.
Shots fired.
Because if you were an adult about it, you would tell Baker Mayfield. But maybe it's just a ploy. Maybe they want to bring out Baker Mayfield's underdog mentality that he says helps him win more games. You know, I don't know how you're an underdog still being the first overall pick.
All I know is I see L Jax chilling on a yacht talking about back then they didn't want me. Now they all on me. Back then because he could have been a Brown. Thank God he wasn't. Thank the Lord in the heavens he was not, because we don't want to wish that on anybody. But he could have been a Brown.
Number 3.
They chose Baker Mayfield.
Number 3, never trust nobody, especially these NFL deals. Look at Randy Gregory and J.D. McKissick. They swerved on their first deal and signed with other teams.
Y'all know what happened with Randy though.
The most important thing that you have to understand about NFL contracts, you got to read behind the money. There's always a message behind the money, and you got to read those. That's what's most.
Y'all know what happened with Randy, right?
They had that.
They changed the contract language after the original meeting.
Yeah, they had the void. They had that void.
That's bogus. It's one thing to be like, hey, yo, Randy, we're gonna put in your contract now.
Yeah.
You start smoking that tweed and get trouble.
Yeah, we're gonna void out your guaranteed money.
That's cool. Let me know to my face. But you showed me a whole different contract, and then you try to sneak it in. Like, bro, what type of time are you on?
You are now the ops. That's exactly what happened. Bro. That's exactly what happened. And Randy Gregory, you did exactly what you need to do. You don't owe the Cowboys anything, and you should be ashamed. You should be ashamed.
We were getting high. You were invited. Yeah, I'm depressed on that one. We took Jerry 2 L's. We took 2. Oh, Jerry Jones, he went to the woodshed. He got a switch from the branches and said, "Come here, Steven. I don't know how you royally fuck this up. Steven, I don't know how you royally fuck this up. I'm gonna whoop your ass right now."
My God. Number 4. I know you heard this before. Never get high on your own supply. Definitely. In that case, I'm talking about myself. Yes. Yeah. I was on that stuff, man. I was sitting there. I was high on my own supply. You know, sometimes they say things is good for you. Sometimes you think something's good and you know it's good. That don't mean that it's good, ultimately good for you. And it could destroy you. In this case, I'm talking about Julio Jones and his contract that crippled my Titans. It crippled us just to be a shell of the man he once was before. And it pains me. But we did the right decision in moving on.
I was waiting on this.
Oh my goodness. Number 5.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta play Never Would Have Made It. Never would have.
Man, it's painful. But number 5.
That boy just spoke the gospel. I ain't think I'd ever hear that man admit to a wrong.
Don't try to skip past
Shout out to JD.
I have to. Y'all gonna keep coming at me.
Shout out to JD, because Lord, that boy, he was basically not there. The man was basically not there.
He was a ghost. Number 5. Never sell where you rest at. So y'all remember when Russell Westbrook told America that Patrick Beverly ain't a good defender? He just puts on the show.
Who wrote this? Because I mean, I know you wrote this, but are you trying to attack me right now?
Let me tell you.
Talk about Randy Gregory.
Let me tell you where Patrick Beverly.
I don't want to talk about this, man.
Let me tell you where Patrick Beverly lays his head at. In Russell Westbrook's head. That's where he lays his head. Beverly made it his mission to be in Westbrook's head his whole career now. He will let Westbrook know every trash play, every trash move, and everything trash the Lakers did last night.
Hey, bro, on some real stuff, I would not be mad at my boy Russ if he just stole off on dude, because dude's my disrespectful.
Westbrook,
I don't appreciate how he be coming at people I like.
Westbrook tried to say trash talking didn't get to them last night. Man, someone better tell the rest of his team that, because y'all laying on the floor. Y'all got bodied.
But that ain't got nothing to do. Hold on, pause. I agree with him. That ain't got nothing to do with Patrick. We stunk before the game. We was always, it was foul. We came into the arena foul. We came into the arena foul. They ain't got nothing to do. Man, listen, Patrick Beverly, he gonna talk his mess. And it's cool.
Patrick Beverly's tall though still. So
he's like a poor man's Gary Payton, bro. Like
he's like a hot well, not, I ain't gonna say James Harden back when he played for OKC. He's like that.
He is Russell Westbrook's nightmare. He is.
Patrick Beverly is legit.
Every time
defensively, he's probably one of the elite defenders
makes a play. He thinks about. I wonder if Patrick Beverly seen that. But moving on.
I just listen. I just don't like that man. Not that I don't personally like him, but if he was my teammate or he played on my team, I would love Patrick Beverly because I like that dog. Sure. But as an opponent, fuck that nigga.
That's what makes Patrick Beverly amazing. Yeah. Number 6, that credit, dead it. And what I'm talking about is the Warriors and the Nets. You thought Draymond Green being back in that one good game was enough? You thought that fiery Kyrie and KD performance rebirth a strong playoff push, think again. Them problems that y'all had still are there. Steve Nash. Steve Nash, you are not a good coach. KD last night was double teamed 32 times in the third quarter. Just the third quarter. 32 times was double teamed. Why did you not plan for this? You did not plan well at all. Now, KD,
say it with me, Jordan.
But that is just terrible.
Say it with me, Jordan. Dinwiddie.
My goodness, that was a terrible.
Y'all let that boy go, and that boy.
Lakers, Golden State. You all still need big man presence. Y'all can't get on the boards for nothing. What is going on? Like, your problems still exist. So you all need to start fixing those problems. It don't matter who comes back.
Damn, 53 to 38.
Simmons is there. You all still need to play at a better level.
I mean, Draymond and Kevin Kavon, whatever his name is, they got their buckets. Kavon and Draymond got their buckets.
7. This rule is so underrated. Keep your family and your business completely separated. Ask the Seahawks. Yeah. They don't owe Bobby Wagner or the fans a reason why he got cut. And I know this is going to be a take that everybody might feel bad about, but this is a business. You are the leader. You were the leader of the team, and you gave a great time there. You loved the game. Everybody loved it when you played. But again, it's a business. Yeah, you got the dough.
Listen. I'm gonna slide in there real quick. I disagree with you.
You can leave the league, but if you leave, are the fans still gonna love you?
I disagree with you, brother. Bobby played his heart and soul for them. You don't got to tell me why you cut me, but you need to be a man and tell me, hey, bro, we cutting you. It's happening. Prepare yourself. That's the least you owe me. That's all you owe me. You got to tell me. Don't tell me why. Tell me you cut me. Be a man. Address me. Because honestly, if you just cut me and you didn't say nothing, I'm going to feel like you a hoe. Because it's not like I'm top level on this team. I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer. But that's okay. It's all good because guess what? I'm either going to go play with Russ or I'm going to Dallas with my old DC.
You can feel the way you feel, but respect the business. Number 8.
I see where Tevin's coming from though on that.
Number 8.
Respectful.
Never keep no weight on you. And Devontae Adams knows this better than anybody in the league. So I don't know if y'all heard the reports. He turned down $20 million a year for 4 years.
Yeah, that's chump chasing him.
Of course I'm turning down $20 million a year for 4 years. Because you know what Aaron Rodgers just got paid? And you know when his contract ends? In 3 years. After Aaron Rodgers,
Chris Godwin just got 20 a year.
After Aaron Rodgers leaves, why do I care what happens to the Packers? I'm worried about me. Y'all should have been worried about the Packers. Y'all ain't got me a second receiver. Y'all still chasing Valdez-Scantling for some reason. Y'all ain't signing no tight ends. What is going on?
Y'all Godwin better than Devontae?
Who?
Chris Godwin.
Absolutely not. I love Chris Godwin.
So that price, look, and that goes to the point. That price need to go up because Chris Godwin getting 20 mil.
Definitely.
Chris Godwin getting 20 mil a year.
Devontae Adams, don't listen to the Packers fans. Don't listen to front office. You do you, player. You get that money.
He need to take nothing less than at least 70 million.
No, it ain't about how many.
No, we're talking about the yearly number. Yeah, we're talking about the yearly
number. He needs to get paid at least 27 to 30 mil a year.
Whoa, brother. That's a lot. You might be able to shoot for that. Hey, you shoot for that, but negotiate it between 25 and 23. 23 to 25
only needs a 3-year contract.
Yeah, 23 and 25 is where he wants for real.
I think so number 9 should have been number 1 to me. If you ain't getting bagged, stay the F away from the police. I don't know if y'all know this guy, the Washington how you call them? Commanders, whatever they are. told Matt, I don't, how you say this man's name? I don't know this. That's what I'm gonna call him. Matt, I don't know this. That he was staying with the team, told his agent he was gonna stay with the team, and then they cut his ass. Why are you listening to the front office, especially the Washington Commodores, Commanders, whatever you want to call them? I don't like any of them names. That's the last front office.
But their mascot is General Custard.
Number 10, a strong word called co-signing. Why you selling and you ain't got no employees, man? You ain't got no fans. You ain't got who you selling to. So I really want this. I want when Deshaun Watson decides the team he's going to play for, your next team. I really want you to understand this last commandment and take it in. This next organization you choose, make sure they are on your side and they are not the ops. Make sure the fans still love you, because that next place, i.e., the Saints in New Orleans. The Saints in New Orleans and Atlanta, of course, in Atlanta. They gonna have your people. Just give y'all a little bit of facts. Two cities that 50% of the African Americans are in, New Orleans and Atlanta. Just so you know, go where your people are at, because you always are gonna have your people behind you. And that's my 10 Wack Commandments. All right, so
he'd be good at the Saints too, though.
You said what?
I think he'd be good at the Saints.
I think so too. The Saints is a good place. New Orleans is a good place. They'll love him. Falcons, they would love him. My opinion, I believe the Saints is the better place to go because they are winning now and ready. The Falcons, you are definitely going to be a superstar in the NFL. You are going to probably be one of the faces of the NFL. Maybe even considered the next quarterback up in the NFL if you go with the Atlanta Falcons, because you got you got every opportunity to just eat, and you're going to run the organization. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. He could make a report today. Everybody's really waiting. Last thoughts. Anybody got any last thoughts?
My last thoughts, if you're close to listening, I need y'all to sit here and take away Alex Cox's contract. Just 15 million away.
It's too late to apologize.
It's too late.
For 1 year.
It's too late to apologize.
4 million. We can do that.
It's too late, sir.
I don't know.
What you got? What you got, Tevin?
Man. Hopefully all I got for this is sports. I love sports. I'm always gonna love sports no matter what. As far as my teams outside of college, women and men, it's kind of depressing. LA, I ain't ready to say we need to sit everybody down because it's just not in me to just give up. Like I'm the type of person to be down 35 on Madden and keep playing. Like I don't like quitting. Quitting is just not in my quitting's not in my blood, even if I know it's over.
You're one of those people that get 21 and then you like, I still got one more play though.
Yeah.
If I score this play,
I'm definitely one of those. I am definitely that guy. So it's getting ugly though for my Lakers, man. I don't at this point, I truly don't know if AD will make a difference because mentally, I just think everybody's checked out outside of LeBron, Malik Monk, maybe Melo, Austin Reeves. We're just playing horrible basketball. We need to start preparing for the offseason and figuring out who's going to be our next leader of men because it's not going to be Frank Vogel. He's got to go. And, we got to get something together, man, because, like, Adrian spoke on this yesterday, and I do believe it's true. Cleveland has a nice young core. I've been arguing with quite a few people. LeBron may go back to Cleveland in his career. They got a nice young core. So, we need to get it together. I think LeBron wants to stay in LA because it's LA. But I think championship-wise, he could be allured to go back home one more time, just for the final countdown. So we'll see. That's all I got. What'd you say, Drizzy?
You haven't.
Drizzy just said something. Huh?
I was saying if he doesn't break up the Cleveland, like if he don't break him up, bro, to where like he did LA, I think he'd be straight.
Yeah, I think he'll 100% break down Cleveland if he goes.
Yeah, if he gonna get over there and start trying to pick and choose who he going over.
Yeah, he definitely gonna do that. My last thoughts. I don't know if you all have paid attention to the schedules that's going on with NCAA and March Madness, but I love, and I may be wrong, but the women's games are on the ESPN channel.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire March Madness. And I love how the women's, now you can pick and choose what games you want to watch between the men's and the women's March Madness games. Because whether you watch women's basketball or not, this is one of the most exciting years for women's basketball in the NCAA.
Oh yeah, bro, the SEC is balling.
It has been 100%, maybe 110% better than men's basketball, college basketball. I have been enjoying the women's college basketball more than men's college basketball.
Bro, women's basketball fundamentally is more sound than men. Men, as a whole, we got too comfortable with athleticism and got away from the fundamental. Women, they got to be fundamentally sound, because if they not, you're going to be complaining about, oh, they're not dunking or something. Like, I played a game of 2K in WNBA. I could shoot free throws with the whole team, because everybody can shoot in WNBA.
Mark my words. There will be some
women
basketball games in the NCAA tournament that is going to completely overshadow.
Shout out the Big Blue Nation, Ron Howard. Let's get it.
It's going to completely overshadow the top games in the NCAA. Just let you know.
Shout out to Card, the late Card, got them out.
Y'all see it? Y'all see the background?
The last note I want to end the podcast on today. Prayers to the University of Southwest golf team and the families of the players. 9 people were killed in a head-on collision in Texas. 6 players and the coach and the driver and the passenger of the pickup truck that collided with the team bus. 2 people were airlifted and they're in critical condition. Prayers to you all. That's very sad to hear. Please stay out on that road. Pay attention when you're driving late at night. Get you 4-hour energy or coffee, or just have somebody who keep you alive, because that's the last thing you hear or see in sports. But this will go ahead and end our podcast, Friends Turn Foes. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Tevin.
When they say, what they be saying in NY? Fuck your life. Bing bong.
Bing bong.